What's up, psychedelic investors? My name's James, and we have an awesome show for you today. So, as most of you know, the Psychedelic Investor is part of the Psychedelic Spotlight Network. And while we have grown and done amazing things over the past year, we couldn't have done it without all of our friends in the psychedelic medicines industry, including in the media landscape. Now, of course, one of the biggest media companies in the entire psychedelic medicine space is Microdose.buzz. So I am super excited to announce to you today that we got a little fun interview with you from our with Microdose's president, El Presidente, Patrick Mower. Patrick, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Hola, muchas gracias. El Presidente reporting in.
El Presidente from Colombia.
That's it. ¿Cómo está, amigo?
Ooh, I don't know a single word of Spanish, despite the fact that I live with 3 Spanish people. So that is a failure on my part.
That's the
Alrighty,
way
so
she goes.
yeah, let's hop right into it. So, like I said, you are El Presidente of Microdose, and you guys have something really exciting coming up on the horizon. So maybe just take the floor and tell us what is so exciting today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are, sort of fresh off the back or recently off the back of Wonderland Miami, where, we had you guys doing lots of interviews in the media rooms and most of the industry participating. So this time around, we decided we would go overseas to Malta with the Conscious Fund being based out of there. We have a lot of relationships in Malta, and we partnered up actually with MedCan World Forum to partner on this event. So it's going to be called Plant Medicine Week. We somehow managed to get plantmedicineweek.com. That was pretty sweet. Yeah.
We should have looked for that URL.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's a URL hunt these days. So tickets are on sale now, and we're really looking forward to Plant Medicine Week. It's going to be April 5th to 8th. The first 2 days are MedCan World Forum's Cannabis Edition. And then the second 2 days are Microdose Psychedelic Edition. So, there is going to be a little bit of crossover in the exhibition spaces, but the content will kind of be siloed to one day or another. And Malta is coming out with some pretty progressive drug laws these days. They recently legalized cannabis, and there's whispers about maybe some plant medicine action eventually.
So like you said, you guys originally did the Wonderland Miami, and we attended that. It was absolutely a blast of a time. We had lots of fun. We had lots of great speakers, lots of great events that were happening. But I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about some of the speakers that might be happening at Plant Medicine Week that you guys are excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a ton of new faces in terms of the the psychedelic programming, but a lot of the familiar suspects. So in terms of sponsors, we've got Life and PsyRx from out in Israel. We've got pretty international participation. We got MindBio from Australia and a couple of North American sponsors coming on hopefully this week. In terms of speakers, we've got Justin Hanka from MindBio Therapeutics doing a keynote. We'll have Dr. Deborah Mash, Kelsey Ramsden, Jeffrey Becker.
And Deborah Mash, if I'm not mistaken, she is the DemARX president or CEO. I forget her exact title, right? Which is
correct. Yeah, she's leading the charge over there.
Yeah, and we've talked about her, or at least her company, quite a bit on our channel before. DemARX, for those that aren't super familiar, is one of the many ATAI Life Sciences companies, subsidiaries, and they're working with ibogaine to treat, I believe, opioid use disorder. So that's definitely one of the more exciting speakers that you guys have, because she and her company are really at the forefront of kind of leading this charge.
Absolutely, yeah, and she's been in the space for a very long time. We've had her on the platform before. We had her at Wonderland. We had her on a virtual conference for the ibogaine conference, speaking alongside Rick Doblin. There was a pretty cool sort of side-to-side interaction there. So we're more than happy to have her out again on stage.
Awesome. So this is taking place in Malta. Is there any so you said the Conscious Fund is based out of Malta, right?
Yeah, Henri has family out there. We're actually going to be probably hosting a welcome party in his family abode. So excited for that.
Awesome. So for those of y'all who don't For those of y'all that don't know, the Consciousness Fund is actually one of the big backers of the psychedelic medicines landscape. They're investing in all sorts of different companies, and really, they're again, there's so many leaders these days, it's hard to keep up with, but they are really one of the entities that have been leading the charge for this. So it's exciting that they have such heavy collaboration within this conference.
Yeah, and we're stoked to obviously be partnered with the MedCan World Forum. They're bringing in a lot of resources and relationships. A lot of them for timing and sensitivity purposes, we can't actually talk about until right
Mhm.
before the event. But what I can say is stay tuned. We got some big announcements coming in hot.
So some big surprises.
Big
So
surprises.
is it going to be mostly focused on the business side of things, the treatment side of things, melange? Like, what is the vibe that you guys are going for?
Yeah, I mean, I'll read off a couple of the panel topics here, but we always try and diversify it. Our platform is, consistently heavy on the financial and the medical side. So, we've got psychedelic capital panels, we've got legislation and legalization, clinical trials, integrating psychedelics into mainstream healthcare, the future of psychedelic medicine in Europe. And so that's just day one. And then day two, we get into a lot more of the nitty gritty and the heavy hitting content.
Awesome. Well, I am super looking forward to it. So, Patrick, this is happening in beautiful, beautiful Malta. I'm wondering if you can maybe elaborate or tell us a little bit about the location.
Yeah, so it's going to be happening in Malta. It's obviously a small island in the middle of the Mediterranean under Italy. Took me a second to get my geography straight there. It's going to be happening in Valletta at the Mediterranean Conference Center. So it's a very historic building. I think it's been around since like the 16th century or something like that. Lots of stone, lots of brick, and everything is very walkable. So we're really kind of excited to bring everyone together. I think it'll have a very tight knit community vibe, similar to what we did in Miami for Wonderland, but just in a more concentrated area, I guess. It will be
Yeah.
a little bit smaller given the international element, but still a big turnout.
And Malta is basically paradise on earth.
One of them, yes. So fun fact, I actually haven't been to Europe since 2012. I went to London for the Olympics, and then I went over to Amsterdam after that and had my first psychedelic experience. So this will be, a decade later, sort of a psychedelic homecoming with, the world having made a ton of progress in terms of, these mind-altering and medical substances recently.
Think you'll make another trip out to Amsterdam when you get the chance?
Maybe, I don't know. I think I'm thinking about Portugal after that, and then Switzerland for a yet to be announced very interesting conference happening there.
Ooh, so we got a little bit of a teaser here.
So many teasers.
So
Just
many
give me the
teasers.
news.
Probably closer to the event, we'll make another video where we can give all the teasers their full due. So
Yeah,
we've talked
absolutely.
we've talked about the location. We've talked about the amazing speakers that are going to be happening. So I'm wondering if there's anything more to this conference. If there's a little bit of nightlife happening, a little bit of fun.
Malta is known for its nightlife, and we are known for fun, or at least I hope we are. So,
You need to
you
change
know,
the URL to microdose.fun.
well, Microdose.buzz, and let's go. No.
Buzzing, nice.
There we go. But yeah, we'll have a welcome reception. We're gonna have a VIP platinum ticket holders cocktail hour. There will be sort of a very small invite only trip out to the Hive Bio retreat. I think that's on Gyozo. Could be wrong. And then the after party on Friday night to sort of close things out. I believe that's going to be taking place at Heart. So there will be plenty of extracurricular activities for those who enjoy indulging in supercharged network.
So I gotta say, after experiencing a couple of your after parties in Miami, the after parties themselves are basically worth the cost of the ticket. These are parties unlike I have ever seen before in my entire life. So they were absolutely bonkers, off the wall, fantastic. Not to mention, like you said, the networking opportunities in these amazing events. So I can only imagine what you guys have planned for Malta.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty excited about it. We're gonna do what we can to make sure everybody has a good time, but also networks and develops those professional relationships. And then, as soon as Malta is concluded, we will turn our focus to Wonderland in 2022, coming back to Miami, November 3rd and 5th, and we're going to blow that one out of the water. Very excited to
Wow,
do it
you
bigger and
guys
better.
just have your schedule full with fantastic events coming up.
It's a lot, but we're doing what we can to make sure the industry can drive itself forward.
Awesome. So if anybody wants to learn specifically about the Malta event, I believe we'll have a link down in the or in the pinned comment, and also in the description that you guys can check out. Anywhere else, I guess you already said the name of the URL once, but I'm blanking up. Plant Medicine Week, correct?
Yeah,
.com?
plantmedicineweek.com to learn more about Malta, and then obviously Microdose.buzz can link you there as well if you want to learn a little bit about microdose in general. But definitely the home place for all Malta information is plantmedicineweek.com.
Yeah, not to send all of our readers away to our competitors, but if anybody is likes doing research into psychedelic medicines and stuff, you should definitely check out Microdose.buzz in general. They are a fantastic news source of just everything that's happening in the psychedelic medicines world and the psychedelic culture world as well. So I wouldn't be having you on, Patrick, if I didn't absolutely love the work that you guys are doing, and also the team that you guys have. Like, we're two separate
Thank you.
companies, but we both really have the same mission, and I do not mind whatsoever to tell all of my listeners to definitely check out Microdose.buzz. Don't abandon psychedelicspotlight.com, but we can love both equally.
We have lots of time and attention spans for all, and the interview stuff that you guys did at Wonderland is fantastic. I think out of the press lounge, you probably got more content than we did. So really enjoying this collaboration and working together, and sort of helping build and grow the industry as it develops.
Well, that's completely on you guys. You had so many fantastic people to interview that we couldn't help but eat them all up. Like, I think my conversation with Matthew Johnson was one of the best conversations I've ever had in my entire life. He's a doctor at, I believe, Johns Hopkins University that's studying psilocybin to treat smoking cessation. So, like Matthew Johnson, you're going to have so many, not Matthew Johnson, but like him, you're going to have so many impressive scientists, people of the business world, etc. at Malta.
Nice. I like this highlight reel you guys spun up. Very cool.
Yeah, no, this is for anybody watching. This is Miami. I'm not sure if this is the highlight reel that you guys did. No, this is the highlight reel that Psychedelic Spotlight did. But
it looks like
as
yours.
you can see, it is that's Matthew Johnson right there. Best conversation of my life.
It is.
But
the man, the legend.
Yes, sir. But yeah. So Miami was fantastic. I'm sure Malta will be 10 times better. Before we let you go here, Patrick, is there anything else that you'd like to cover on either Malta, Microdose.buzz, or whatever? Talk about what you ate for dinner last night.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that. I got food poisoning yesterday, so
oh, no.
so we'll avoid that one. But other than that, just encourage the audience to reach out if you have any questions. If you're sort of on the fence and you want to learn more about the event, feel free to reach out to us, info@microdose.buzz, or you can go to the plantmedicineweek.com website, learn more, get in touch. We're always happy to chat, and we hope to see lots of the industry folks and otherwise out at Plant Medicine Week in April.
And what would be the best social medias to follow you guys on?
So we lucked out. We got at Microdose HQ, so the headquarters for Microdose, on all platforms. So we're big on Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn if you want to check us out there.
So whatever social media y'alls are on, at Microdose HQ, unless you're like me and has two left thumbs and absolutely hates social media. But I know everybody that's watching, because y'all have bugged me for years to get a Twitter and all that jazz. You guys are on social media, so make sure you check out at Microdose HQ. Patrick, thanks so much for being on the show today. It was a great conversation, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys at all the different conferences that you're doing in the future. And he has timed out, so I don't know if in the editing y'all are going to see this or not, but the Colombian internet has been acting up on Mr. Patrick Mower today, and we've actually had to cut like 4 times because he's gone out. So that was a perfect time to say goodbye, perfect time to cut off. So once again, guys, this is James from Psychedelic Investor. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hug your mom. Fantastic. I love you all. Peace.